Hey guys, it's John from Eastern Hot Rodder. I got a little thing to share with you today. We're going to a friend of mine's detail shop. Jimmy's got a detail shop down here in Blue Ridge, Georgia, and he's got a car he said that he wanted to share with you guys. It's a 5-liter Mustang built by Shotgun Customs for country singer Alan Jackson. Jimmy's owned the car for years, and we're going to find out how he got it and everything like that, but apparently it's been kind of off the radar for about 22 years. So we're going to go check out Alan Jackson's Shotgun Mustang. There it is, underneath the plastic. Let's take a closer look at this. Jimmy Nichols at his detail shop, and we're with the Alan Jackson Shotgun Mustang. So Jimmy, tell me again how you came across this car.
Actually, the first time I ever saw the car, my mom was a country music fan, and she would get this magazine every month, Country America magazine. And back in I think it was 91 in there was an article in that magazine that had Alan Jackson in this car, and they were on Nashville Motor Speedway. They were out there with the, they were out there with the car. And I saw it in that magazine way back then, and just always had it in my mind and everything. So about 1999, 2000, I was looking for a Fox Body Mustang and was actually flipping through a Mustang Trader one day that I got at a store, and this car was in there. Okay. And I knew it looked familiar. I knew it looked like that car that he had that I used to see in that magazine. So I ended up calling and talked to a lady. Her name was Sandra Hunt, and I called her and questioned her about the car, and of course it was the car that he had. Okay. And
now you said before we started the camera, you said she wanted it a giveaway?
She won it. She won it. This lady was in 1993 at Fanfare in Nashville. He gave the car away. They did a giveaway. It was advertised in some newspapers, and back then I think it was Nashville Now that used to come on TV.
Yeah, the big promotion thing or something. Yeah,
and there were some commercials on TV about him giving this car away. So you had to mail in a postcard, and if he drew your name out, you won the car.
No kidding.
Well, this lady was she was an Alan Jackson freak. I mean, she was crazy. She mailed in 4,700 postcards.
That's just the postage on that, just about paid for the car.
And they drew her name out. They drew her name out, and she won the car. But I had saw it in the magazine, or in the Mustang Trader, and
when she listed it for sale, she didn't mention it was Alan Jackson's car.
She didn't mention it for sale, and I didn't know where she was at. I knew it wasn't a local Georgia number. You know, to be honest with you, I was thinking it was probably somewhere in Florida or somewhere.
Right, being convertible and all.
Yeah. So I asked her. I said, "Well, I don't recognize the number." I said, "Where are you located?" And she said, "I'm in Apache Junction, Arizona."
That's a little bit of a ways from here.
And I said, I have no. I said, I'd have to pull a map out there. I said, "Where's it?" She said, "I'm about 30 miles outside of Phoenix."
Yeah, boy, that's a haul.
Yeah. So she had the car priced up there pretty crazy back then, and of course I had told her about seeing it in that magazine and stuff, but me and her rocked on and talked back and forth for probably a year.
No kidding.
I mean, at least a year. And she had kind of kept coming down a little bit on the price, and then, which was, I still couldn't afford it at the time. But one day she called me. She called me out of the blue, and she said, "Hey," she said, "I would like for you to, I'd like for you to have this car." I said, "Well, I'd like to have it, but," I said, I can't pay that, Sandra." I said, she said, "No," she said, I'm gonna make it where you can afford it."
Really?
And I said, what you got in mind? And she told me, she said, "My father passed away. She said, I'm kind of needing some money to help with some of the funeral stuff." She said, "I'm kind of in a bind," and she said, "I'll just make you a deal in a car to." She said, "He was from Georgia, you're in Georgia." And she said, "I'd like to see it go back there." Yeah. So we did. She priced it to me, and I could afford it, and I made arrangements. I flew out there. met her just outside the airport there at Phoenix, and she picked me up. She was in another car and drove me out to her house, and there it sat in her carport there.
No kidding. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
Did you drive the car home, or did you haul it?
I had it hauled home.
Yeah.
I had it hauled home, and all of that there, how that worked out is a whole nother crazy story in itself as far as getting it transported back. But it worked out really well, and so I ended up buying it from her and had it hauled back here, and that was in 2000. I bought it in 2000, so
No kidding. So
I had it 22 years. It had 5,400 and some odd miles on it the day I bought it. I think it's got 15,000 on it now.
Wow, no kidding. You were, yeah, wow. I know you
So
said you were looking for some low miles. You really got
Yeah,
some very
yeah.
low miles.
Had 5,400 miles on it, and
So now Shotgun Customs was, like you were saying before, was a kind of like a dealer.
yeah, they were kind of like a conversion,
Okay.
you know, customizing
Like Shotgun
conversion
Customs or
place.
Tierra
Yeah.
or any of those others.
And they would do new vehicles for
Okay.
dealerships and stuff, and that's who did the car for him.
So they look like American racing wheels, like style wise.
Yeah, those are the OZ wheels.
Okay.
That's who they're actually made by. They just have a
Okay.
Shotgun Custom center cap in them.
Yeah. Now is this lower part of this part here custom?
That's all factory.
That is factory?
That's
Okay.
part of a GT.
That's part of the regular
part
GT package? Okay.
But the
roll
spoiler,
bar, the spoiler
the
definitely.
spoiler on back.
Yeah.
I actually got the number to the guy that owned Shotgun Customs one day, and
Oh, really?
yeah, and I give him a call, and talked to him, and he kind of told me the story on it. He said we built 3 Mustangs, and he said 2 were hard tops. He said 1 was a convertible, and he said Alan really wanted a hard top, but said he wanted red.
Okay.
And he said we couldn't find a new red Mustang at the time
Really?
to build for him. And he
Who would have
said
thought a red Mustang would be hard to find?
he said we could. I think it was kind of late in the year or
Okay.
something. And but he said we could find one in a convertible. He said we just couldn't find it in a hardtop.
No kidding.
And so he said he didn't want to give up on the red. He wanted to stay red.
Yeah.
So he said we ended up doing the convertible.
Well, it looks really good, the red with the white top.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. So the convertibles, the GTs had like this
the rack.
luggage rack on the trunk lid. So they made this spoiler.
So that's
for
different
it.
than the one that were on the hard top.
That's different than the ones on the hardtop. He told me when I talked to him, he said I've got the mold for that at home.
No kidding.
He said that was the only one we ever built.
Wow.
And because of the trunk, they had to do it in 3 pieces.
Yeah, check out it's split right there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
how they did
it's
that.
split. So
So see how that goes right there, and that way it carries it around the quarter and still allows the trunk to open and close.
so they did that. They lowered it. It's got the subframe connectors, the strut tire braces, the
Nice, it's got a roll bar in it too.
roll bar. They put the roll bar in it. It's got the eye box springs, the shocks and all that. So they kind of
So it's more than just a sticker package and
Yeah,
a fancy
yeah.
decal thing.
and it's also got a
is it supercharged? You see the decals?
yeah. It's got a Paxton
Got the-
supercharger on it.
You see the hood's marked, and it's got like a.
Yeah, they changed the hood.
Okay.
They put a fiberglass hood on it and did away with the
Was the strut tower racing? Was that all part of that?
yeah,
that package as
that
well.
was all part of it.
So this
Yeah.
is just as
It's just like it came.
Okay.
She said she never changed nothing on it.
Yeah.
From when she got it from him. She was a little kind of small like lady,
Mhm.
and she had arthritis real bad.
okay.
So
She couldn't drive
She
it.
couldn't drive a straight shift.
Ah,
She
all
couldn't
right.
drive a straight shift. But when I met her out there and went to her house, it was pretty crazy in her house. Just everything inside her house was Alan Jackson. Alan Jackson. She took me in the bedroom. The bedspread on the bed was an Alan Jackson bedspread.
Was it really?
the dinner table in the dining room, the plates were set, and his picture were in the middle.
So it's really
His picture were in the middle of the plates
No
on
kidding.
the dining room table.
I've been to people's houses that had Mustang stuff like that.
Right,
You know,
right.
dedicated. I've seen pictures of Elvis stuff that way.
She was truly an Alan Jackson fan.
I guess so.
Just talking to her on the phone several times, she just kind of took a liking to me, and
Well, that's pretty cool.
she wanted the car to come back here to
So,
Georgia.
so this isn't just Alan Jackson's old Mustang. This is Alan Jackson's Mustang, but it's also a one-off Shotgun Customs Mustang because it is the only convertible they made.
Yeah, that was Shotgun Customs.
Oh, their ID tag for it.
Their
Yeah.
ID tag, right.
Yeah, 002. So it must have been the second Mustang they built, maybe.
I guess so.
That's pretty darn cool, man. It's cool that it's sitting here in your shop. You know, it's a.
I've had it 22 years, and drove it a little bit, but nobody really knows much that I even have the car, that it's even been here. It's just kind of been out of sight, out of mind.
So it's kind of
since
22 years of it's not the typical old barn finds that you normally see on YouTube and stuff like that, where they're digging out an old 40 Ford or something like that. But this is a piece of country music history, and it's also a piece of automotive history, and it's right here in his detail shop. It's really cool thing. Like you said, it's kind of hiding in plain sight. You know?
That's it. I actually had it in storage. I've had it in a storage unit, and me and my wife, we just got a new house built, and I got a garage there and room to put it. So
getting ready to go up there.
I just brought it over here, cleaned it up, did a little buffing, polishing on it, and going to
Car
take
still
it
looks
there.
great, man. It's really.
To be 32 years old now.
Yeah.
You know, it's 32 years old.
It's hard to believe these Foxbite Mustangs are that old. I mean, I still remember when they were coming off the assembly line.
I was in high school when these things come out, but
Yeah.
all the interior, everything is just it's just like it was,
Yeah, check that out. The little boost gauge over there. Yeah, the boost gauge. Still smells new. It's cool. The two-tone white and red, inside and out. Really goes good with it.
Yeah.
And those are Oz wheels, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
And they
those
just-
are.
Did he sign it anywhere or anything? Was that part of the?
No, he didn't sign it or anything, and I kind of don't know why she didn't get him to. I don't guess, but she did have a, and she let me watch it on TV when I was at her house. She had a VHS
Yeah.
of when he presented it to her on stage at Fanfare. They brought it out. It was on back of a rollback.
Oh, she must have just
When
been
they
beside
brought it
herself.
out.
If
Yeah,
she being a fan like
she-
that, man.
Of course, she had a hold of him and wouldn't let him go. So
That's really cool.
I did get to see. She wouldn't let me have the video. She sold me the car, but she wouldn't let me have the video.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe someday it'll pop in the mail to you or something,
Maybe so.
or
I've
duplicated or something,
I've tried contacting her, but I think from what I gather, I bought it in 2000, and I think maybe, I'm not sure about this, but I think she might have passed away like in around 2005 or something like that. So I hadn't been able to get in touch with no kind of family member or anything like that
Yeah.
on getting the video or a copy of the video. But
You said this was on the back of one of his albums too, right? So this was.
Don't Rock the Jukebox. Don't Rock the Jukebox.
Don't Rock the Jukebox.
If you can find the album, which it took me forever to find one.
Oh, really?
I've got one, and it took me forever.
Is it on the CD case too, or just the print
I
album?
think it's inside the CD case. I think
Oh, okay.
When you open it up.
Same artwork and.
Yeah. I don't know if it was the CD case or the cassette at the time, but one of them was on the inside. But anyway, so let me tell you this one, John. I bought the car in 2000, and get it back and everything, and all excited about it. And then one day my mom comes out, and she still had that magazine.
Did she really?
The Country America magazine that it was in, with the article in the middle.
Oh, that's
him
cool,
in the
man.
car on Nashville Speedway.
Yeah.
So I've got that too.
Really?
I've
Yeah,
still got that. I've still got.
yeah, that's
Which,
really cool.
You know, she was kind of she was a magazine and newspaper hoarder. So,
Yeah.
but you know,
And she found it. That's cool, man.
9 years later, she still had the magazine that had the car in it.
And that's where you first saw it.
That's where I first saw it.
Yeah.
That's where I first saw it.
That's really cool. Jimmy, I appreciate you sharing this with me and everybody else is going to watch this video, man. This is cool. It's, you know, sometimes you run into a situation where a car that's got notoriety in two different forms, you know what I mean, on the automotive side and also on the music scene or an actor's car or something like that, you know, and then people, you know, some people probably wonder what happened to this and where did it end up. And it's cool to see that not only do you have it, but it's still the same way it was. You know, you hear so many stories of the cars, they get sold, lost their time, nobody ever sees them again, or they get destroyed or changed to the point where they don't look like the same car anymore. And here's one that just sat in a time capsule. And
that's it. So I'm kind of kicking around the idea about selling it, maybe.
are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, you heard it here first, guys, and there's his number. If you're wanting to get Alan Jackson's old Mustang, the Shotgun Mustang, this could be yours.
and just kind of kicking around the idea about it. I've enjoyed it, had it long enough, enjoyed it, so maybe time to move on to something else.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you can have a supercharged Fox body with its own pedigree, one and only. You won't have another one like it. That's really cool. Jimmy, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.